This was an interesting conversation or discussion. I'm not really sure. We haven't completed it. Oh, man. It's like stuff it's like you want to forget it almost, right? Or, I don't know. I guess it is that forgive and forget, but they really don't want me forgetting. And people spend so much time putting out ill will or doing things because they're hurt, right? They're hurt, so they're hurting others. And it just doesn't even make sense. They just don't slow down to think it through. So we started off the conversation. I said, no, I want them happy. I want everyone happy. If everybody would fucking learn to get happy, then they wouldn't be so spiteful and vengeful and bunch of like egotistical maniacs. Their ego gets smashed and hurt, so then they keep wanting to hurt others. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, get a hold of yourself. But they can't, and they're angry. And they're angry because they look like a fool, but they look like a fool because they're worried about how they look, right? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like this perpetual cycle, and and then, they keep putting out that ill will, so then that ill will keeps coming back to them, and it keeps smacking them. And all the stuff that they built on lies because they took and stole and did spell work and tricks and trades and all this nonsense they do to get what they got, making it glamored to look like they did it correctly. Of course it crumbles. But we've talked about this so many times where it's like they're just deceiving themselves. It's like the universe will let them get away with it longer and longer and longer, essentially giving them a chance to get it together, make it right, do better, wake up. You are awake. You know what you're doing. Your intentions are poor. You're angry and you're pissed off and you're purposely doing stuff. But you're ultimately doing it to yourself. And for some reason, they're so short-sighted. They think they're so smart, but they're just short-sighted. It's like they can't see that far down the path or something, which is kind of just stupid. And they're only fooling themselves because they get away with it longer. But then the smack comes. Everything crumbles because it was all built on lies. It was all built on stealing from others, taking from others, harming others. It was built on the backs of others. And that's living in a world of lack. They thought they had to take to get. No. It's an abundant world. Everybody can have some. There's plenty for all. But when you get greedy, and they are greedy, and they're scared, and they're weak, and they're small, and they're little, and they're hurt, and they're ignoring that. They're not addressing it. They're refusing to look at it, and they're refusing to believe that because they like to think they're so big, and they're so strong, and they're so wonderful. But they're not. And even when they keep getting smacked, they refuse. They refuse to admit that. And I've been told so many times, like, they have to feel it, otherwise they just won't learn. And there's nothing you can do. It's going to happen. They have tried to harm so many, and they have harmed so many, and they've taken from so many. And for what? To hide their little wound is really what it is. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not seen like that, but that's the real reason for all of it. And, oh God, it's just, I don't know. It's like, it doesn't have to be that way. And yet that's what they choose. So then it's like, who am I to judge? And, I've gotten smacked plenty myself. I've done plenty of my own stuff. I've had to go through my own, so maybe that's it. It's like I'm willing to learn and grow and change. Some people just aren't. They're not willing to learn or grow or change. They keep finding it's like the easy, cheap route, thinking they're getting away with it, thinking they found a loophole, thinking they found a trick. And then inevitably, time goes by, the truth gets revealed, everything crumbles, and they're standing there with their dicks in their hand. And it's like, well, what did you think was going to happen? Like, come on. It's just so interesting. It's like they're so intent on using their thinker, and yet really their thinker's using them. It's like they think they're thinking, but they're not. They're operating out of their ego. Their ego is running them. Their tool is running them. But they just can't see it. Anyway. Yeah, I guess that's true. They're showing me because I'm sitting here having another conversation with them because I keep saying I just want everybody happy. Because the thing is that if everybody would get happy, then everybody would realize we're all living in abundance, and everybody would knock off their nonsense and trying to harm others or stop others or do all this bullshit. And they're saying, I mean, that's just how it works. And that's part of it. It's like they have to feel what they put out, even if it was, long, long ago, right? It's like an accumulation. And I don't know how to say that. It's like they're showing that it's like that is the hope. It's like, if they get smacked enough, it's like the hope that they don't have to go out that way. They do have a choice to change, to do better once they know better to do better. But they're showing a lot of them just try to get sneakier, more manipulative, or find more loopholes. So they're not really up-leveling. They're not really... It's like that's so confusing to me too. They spend so much time and energy trying to find the cheap trick, the quick fix, versus just doing the work. It almost seems like it's like they're tricking themselves in the amount of time and money they spend looking to do tricks, that it would be so much quicker and cheaper to actually just do the work. And then it's actually integrated. Then you're actually up-leveling. Then you're actually evolving. And yet it's just I guess it's just not appealing to them, or it's just not of interest to them, or it's just, I guess the flashy is just too flashy and too quick, too instant. I guess it's like the idea the devil just tempts them and they have no self-control because they haven't learned, they haven't changed, they haven't seen the pattern, they haven't recognized what they keep doing, which is what we all do. It's like we all realize, or we don't realize until we do. You don't see it until you do. It's like until you've had enough. You get smacked enough times until you're like, okay, what the fuck? Right? Oh, it's me, right? Because it always comes back to you. So you have to realize, okay, what's the common, okay, so it's me. So what am I doing? What am I not doing? What am I saying? What am I not saying? How am I seeing this? How am I not loving myself, right? How am I, allowing this around me, this nonsense? And believe me, I've allowed... But that's our wiring, right? We learned that's the right thing to do. That's the nice thing to do. That's the kind thing to do. But we have to reverse that. What is kind and nice to you? What is honoring you, right? Are you loving your life? Are you living your life? And so, anyway, I guess that's the idea. It's eventually it comes around. It's the idea of karma. It comes around, and it's like every movie out there, they're showing me Karate Kid now. It's like the bad guy finally gets... hit. It might take until the very end, but it happens. It just does always feel like that, even that movie though, right? It's like, it doesn't have to be that way. But I guess dicks are dicks until they're not. I don't know. I don't know. And what is really funny is the constant, like, they're so scared they play both sides, like they hedge their bets, they play both sides of the table. And I've been told to just, it's okay, just smile, whatever. It's like they have no idea that I can see right through them. And just no admission, no. I guess it's the idea they hope they can get away with it. They hope they won't get caught. They hope that they have covered their tracks, so to speak, right? Like It's this idea. They won't have to fess up. They won't have to make it right. They won't have to admit. They won't have to. It's like they're just so mortified because they're still living in their fear. And so they're trying to play it all around, play nice guy all around, make everybody happy, appease everybody, smooth it over, convince everybody. While the other one's busy in the background doing all the, it's like, it's just a disaster. But it's scrambling. It's who wants to live like that? It's like juggling all the balls in the air for a show. It's basically a show. They're just putting on a show, right? Like who can live like that with that constant internal chaos? It's like no peace ever in body, mind, and soul. I don't know. I guess maybe they've normalized that. We do. We all have a tendency to normalize things. We normalize the things that have been happening for so long that are painful to us because we never turned and faced them. And so they do grow and fester and become a disaster internally, but we stop noticing. We really did. We stopped seeing, noticing, understanding. It just became part of us. It's like it's time to take a look. Or maybe not. Maybe they'll go out kicking and screaming like that. I don't know. Who knows? I guess that's the whole thing. It's a choice. And they come back the next round and the next round and the next round and the next round with this. It's like they're deceiving themselves every round. It's like the universe lets them build up only to smash them down each time, hoping that one of these times, like, don't you think one of these times they'll learn? Right? Like you would think, like, they think they're so smart. How can they not understand? It's like, what's every single time you smash and burn? Do you think maybe you should try something different? Try not to be so worried about how others perceive you and start to actually love yourself, to do right by yourself so you can start doing right by others? Instead of manipulating them and taking from them and looking down on them and trying to step on them, trying to use them, take from them, steal from them. But I feel like all my listeners are like, yeah, that makes sense. Of course they will. And it's like, well, I know none of you guys think like that, but yeah, there's people who do. They think like that. They think to plot and plan and scheme. But that's coming from their wound. That's their hurt. That's their pain. They're not coming from their heart. They're not coming from love. They're coming from lust then. They're coming from fear. But God forbid you point that out to them. They're mortified. It's like everybody else can see they look like a fool and they're coming from fear. But if you say it out loud, what everybody sees and thinks, they're pissed off as all hell. They're furious and they're going to get you. And it's like, why? Don't you want to heal the ouch? Everybody can see that's where it's coming from. You think everybody admires you or likes you. No, everybody is like, what the fuck happened to him? But you don't see that, do you? They just don't. They don't see it. And I guess we don't. We really don't. Any of us, when we're sitting in our wound. That's the problem. It's the blind spot. It's the shadow. It's in the dark. So you have to be able to go in the dark. You can't be scared of the dark. You have to be willing to take a look. And so it just boils down to you have to want to feel good. But you have to know what that means too, because that's such a simplified thing. But that's making major assumptions. That's making the assumption that people are clean and clear so they know what does and doesn't feel good. No, some people have normalized taking and stealing from others, hurting and harming others, stepping on others as feeling good because they think they're getting one over, they're getting a leg up, they're elevating. They think that that feels good. And that is not coming from love. And that is not what is meant by those words. This is why you cannot make the assumption by saying those words. We have to clarify. People have to want to feel good and know what feeling good actually means and feels like, which means those of us who know and really want to come from our heart and be connected to ourselves and fully love and honor and embrace ourselves and be connected to unconditional love, the flow of the universe, know what that feels like. And we have to keep doing that so that we can offer that love and compassion to others. Not to bring them in, they got to do their own work, but so we can move along and stop getting entangled, stop getting stuck in their web of feeling bad and thinking they want to be fixed. They do not. But if they can see more and more examples of what feeling good and being at peace within one's body, mind, and soul feels and looks like by seeing more and more people in that state, it'll be more blaring and glaringly obvious those who are hurt and need to go clean up their wounds. And so maybe they'll get to the point, because they are so obsessed with how they look, maybe at that point they'll be mortified by, oh, now they stick out like a sore thumb more than they ever have before. And then maybe they'll want to do the work to love themselves. This whole thing, though, this whole conversation still bothers me a little because it's still judging. Do you see what I'm saying? Believe me, what they're showing me couldn't be clearer. It's black and white. It's night and day. It is clear, intentional, premeditated. It is intentional harm. And that is not okay. And I am acknowledging, I recognize that it's because they're operating out of the wound. But I also am judging that it isn't okay. But then I'm also acknowledging that means that's for all of us to love ourselves more so that we're, again, not in that dynamic, that web. Or you could say you're not at that vibrational level. Yeah. Oh boy. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.